मान्यवर उपराष्ट्रपति आम मान्यवर मुख्यमंत्री यहाँ पर अनुरोध करी जस्टिस ए.के. पटनायक।
बिजू बाबू अमर रहे, बिजू पटनायक अमर रहे, बिजू पटनायक अमर रहे।
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उत्कल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशिष मांगे, गावे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
वन्दे उत्कल जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी। चारुहासमयी चारुहासमयी जननी जननी जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी। भूत पयोधि विधौत शरीर, ताड़तमाड़ सुशोभित तीर, शुभ्रतटिनि कुल शिखर समीर, जननी जननी जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी। सुंदर मंदिर मंडित देश, चारुकला बड़ी शोभित वेश, पुण्य तीर्थ जय पूर्ण प्रदेश, जननी जननी जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी। कवि कुल मौळि सुनंदन वन्द्य, भुवन विघोषित कीर्ति अनिन्द्य, धन्ये पुण्ये क्षीर शरण्ये, जननी जननी जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी, वन्दे उत्कल जननी।
मान्यवर उपराष्ट्रपति भारतर श्री हमीद अंसारी महोदय, ओडिशार सबुठारु प्रिय नेता, जनमानसर एकमात्र निजर बोली जहाकू ओडिशावासी भावंती, आमर प्रिय मुख्यमंत्री मान्यवर श्री नवीन पटनायक महोदय, आमर आजिर मुख्य वक्ता जस्टिस ए.के. पटनायक महोदय, देवी बाबू, एठारे उपस्थित विधायक सांसद मंत्रीगण एवं दिल्ली बासिंदा ओडिशार गौरव जेते पिला एठी अछंती झियो पुओ मिसिकरी समस्त को आज मु एही कार्यक्रम बिजू बाबूंकर शतवार्षिकी कार्यक्रम को मु समस्त को हार्दिक अभिनंदन जनाऊँगी एवं स्वागत करुच्ची। ओडिशा होची एभली एक राज्य जी कि प्रथमे श्रीलंका ठारू आरंभ करी इंडोनेशिया पर्यंत ओडिया माने शासन करुथिले। जय राजगुरु को किए न जानिछि, भारत वर्ष रे जदि प्रथमे 1803-4 मसीह ब्रिटिश शासन विरुद्ध रे कई लड़ी थाए, सी होउछंती सेई ओडिया पुओ जय राजगुरु। पाइक विद्रोह आरंभ होइथिला 1817 मसीह सेथेरे मध्य भारत वर्ष रे जेतेबेले स्वाधीनता पई के लड़ीबा को चिंता करि नथिले, सेतेबेले ओडिया माने प्रथम आरंभ करथिले। आमे जानुछे उत्कलमणि गोपबंधु दास को जेतेबेले गांधीजी देखा करथिले ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ କହିଥିଲେ ଯେ ଯଦି ଗୋପବନ୍ଧୁଙ୍କ ଭଳି 10 ଜଣ ଭାରତୀୟ ତାଙ୍କୁ ମିଳନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ସେ ଏ ଦେଶକୁ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନ କରିଦେବେ। महाकवि कालिदास से कलिंगर राजांकु महोदधिपति बोली ना देइथिले तांकर जो लेखा थिला रघुवंशम रे। एवं ओडिया भाषा किछि लोक कहउछंती पाली रु आसीची, केही कहउछंती आर्यन भाषा, किंतु ये होउची प्रथम जदि आर्यन बोली कहा जाए, जदि पाली भी कहा जाए, होउची प्रथम भाषा जे कि क्लासिकल स्टेटस पाई परिची। ये सबुर गोटे प्रतीक, ये सबु इतिहास, ये सबु संस्कृतिर गोटे प्रतीक आम सम्मुखरे जहाँ को आमे देखीचे जी जीवित ए माटी उपरे चली सी थिले आम समस्तंकर हृदयर एकमात्र नेता स्वर्गीय बिजू पट्टनायक महोदय। आज आमे समस्ते गौरवान्वित जे भारतर राजधानी रे सबु चिंताधारा ऊर्ध्व को जाइकिरी, सबु संकीर्ण मनोभाव ठारू ऊर्ध्व को जाइकिरी सबु ओडिशार नागरिक माने जो माने दिल्ली रे रहउछंती समस्ते आज एठारे एकजुट होइछंती सेही बिजू पट्टनायक को सम्मान दबा पाई। आमे आपण मानकु समस्तंकु जेते ओडिया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेठी दिल्ली रे अछंती जो माने समस्ते सहाय्य करिछंती सेही मानकु मु धन्यवाद देबी जे आमुको पछरे पकई आमुको से माने गुंडुची मुसा करदेले, आमे केवल टिके टिके बाली पकेइलु किंतु सेतु बंध सेही माने बांधिले। निजे निजे गाड़ी करी निज निज ताकत रे निजर चेष्टा रे आज एते लोक अछंती, जेतिके लोक भितरे बसिछंती ताठू कहीं कहीं अधिक लोक बाहर छिड़ा हिछंती। मु समस्तंकु जो माने बाहर छिड़ा हिछंती आमे चेष्टा करिथलु बाहर भी ये साउंड सिस्टम रखिबा को जे से माने भी सुनी परिबे, सेमानकु भी स्वागत करूची, आपण मानकु स्वागत करूची। विशेष समय ने भी नहीं, मु या परे आमर कार्यक्रम को आरंभ करिबी। मु श्री देवी प्रसाद मिश्र मान्यवर मंत्री तांको अनुरोध करिबी से तांकर भाषण देबे।
आज से प्रभात पुरुष बिजू पट्टनायक दिल्ली रे जो जन्म शतवार्षिक समारोह ओडिया संगठन मानक सहयोग रे एवं आपण मानकर उपस्थिति रे आज अनुष्ठित होउछि से उत्सवर सभापति ओडिशार मान्यवर मुख्यमंत्री श्रीयुक्त नवीन पट्टनायक जी, मुख्य अतिथि उद्घाटक भारत वर्षर सम्मान्य उपराष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर हमीद अंसारी जी, मुख्य वक्ता मान्यवर न्यायमूर्ति श्री अनंग पट्टनायक जी एवं मंच रे उपस्थित श्रीयुक्त सतपथी नहीं श्रीयुक्त अग्रवाल नहीं श्रीमती उषा देवी एवं आगे थिबा समस्त मंत्रिमंडल सदस्य सदस्य माने, मान्यवर सांसद माने, मान्यवर विधायक विधायिका माने एवं विभिन्न अनुष्ठान रु आसीथिबा कर्मकर्ता माने प्रतिनिधि मंडली 50 रु ऊर्ध्व अनुष्ठान आज दिल्ली एनसीआर रे समवेत होइछन्ति। समस्त को हार्दिक अभिनंदन। ए समारोह पालन अवसर रे भाई भौणी माने बिजू पट्टनायक होउछन्ति सेही ना से होउछन्ति जो जाति थिला कलिंगा साहसिका कलिंगर से खारबलर जाति से सब बेले से कथा उल्लेख करुथिले। से खारबलर जाति पुरुषोत्तम देवर जाति कपिलेन्द्र देवर जाति से जाति मधुसूदन दासर जाति एवं से जाति होची जय राजगुर जाति बक्सी जगबंधुर जाति शहीद मानकर भारतर स्वाधीनता संग्राम को तार उल्लेखनीय योगदान रही एवं से अस्मितार ओडिया साहसिकतार कलिंग साहसिकतार से थिले प्रतीक से थिले स्पर्धित उच्चारण बिजू पट्टनायक एवं जे कि भारत वर्षर स्वाधीनता संग्राम रे अगस्ट विप्लवर योद्धा हिसाब से केवल जोग दे नथिले, भारत वर्षर स्वाधीनता संग्राम एवं तापरे मुक्ति संग्राम परे भारत मुक्तिर आलोक देखा परे भारत वर्ष रे आज आमे दिल्ली जे पुराण रे थिला इंद्रप्रस्थ जार ना सेठी आलोचना करुचे। भारत वर्षर राजनीति रे से पंडित नेहरूंकर घनिष्ठ सहयोगी हिसाब रे सामरिक परामर्श दबा ठारू आरंभ करी हो देश गठन रे तांकर सैनिक हिसाब रे तांकर कैप्टेन हिसाब रे रहिबा ठारू उल्लेखनीय कार्यक्रम नगबा ठारू लाल बहादुर शास्त्री को ଭାରତର ପ୍ରଧାନମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ହେବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରବର୍ତ୍ତାଇବାରେ ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଭୂମିକା ନେବା ଠାରୁ ହେଉ କିମ୍ବା ମୋରାରଜୀ ଦେଶାଇଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଭାରତରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅମାବାସ୍ୟାର ରାତ୍ରି ଥିଲା ତାକୁ ଏକ ପରିବର୍ତ୍ତନର ସ୍ୱରରେ ତାର ପ୍ରମୁଖ କାଣ୍ଡାରୀ ଭାବରେ ନେତୃତ୍ୱ ନେବାର ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଉ ବିଶ୍ୱନାଥ ପ୍ରତାପ ସିଂଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଦେବେଗୌଡ଼ଜୀଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ଆଇକେ ଗୁଜରାଲ ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସମୟରେ ଭାରତବର୍ଷର ପ୍ରଧାନମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ମାନେ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରେ ଅବସ୍ଥାପିତ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଭବନ ବି ତାର କେନ୍ଦ୍ରସ୍ଥଳ ଥିଲା ଏବଂ ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ସେଇଥିଲେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଭାବରେ ତାର ଅଂଶୀଦାରୀ ହେଇଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ନେତୃତ୍ୱ ନେଉଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ଦେଶ ଗଠନରେ ଏବଂ ଓଡ଼ିଶାକୁ କିଭଳି ଉନ୍ନତ କରାଯିବ କଳିଙ୍ଗ ଭଳି ତାର ସମୃଦ୍ଧି କିଭଳି ଆଗକୁ ଆମେ ନେବା ଆମ ସେ ନୌବାଣିଜ୍ୟର ସମୃଦ୍ଧିକୁ ସେ ଇତିହାସକୁ କିଭଳି ଅଣାହେବ ଅନଗ୍ରସରତା ବିରୁଦ୍ଧରେ ଲଢ଼େଇ ଠାରୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରି ସବୁ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଗରିବ ଧନୀ ଭିତରେ ପ୍ରଭେଦ ଦୂର ହେବ ତାକୁ ସେ ଯେଉଁ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟକ୍ରମ ନେଉଥିଲେ ଆଜି ତାଙ୍କ ଶତବାର୍ଷିକୀ ଉତ୍ସବରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ସ୍ମରଣ କରିବା ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ନମନ କରିବା ଏବଂ ସେଇ ଅସ୍ମିତାକୁ ସେଇ ଭାବନାକୁ ଆମ ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଅନୁଭବ କରିବା ଏବଂ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରେ ପ୍ରବାସୀ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ମାନେ ତାକୁ ଆୟୋଜନ କରିଥିବାରୁ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଏବଂ କୃତଜ୍ଞତା ଜଣାଉଛୁ ଏବଂ ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ଆଜି ନାହାନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକତ୍ୱର ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ନାହିଁ ଆମ ଶୌର୍ଯ୍ୟ ସାହସର କଳିଙ୍ଗ ସାହସିକତାର ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ନାହିଁ ଏବଂ ଓଡ଼ିଶା ଆଜି ଏକବିଂଶ ଶତାବ୍ଦୀରେ ଯେଉଁ ଆହ୍ୱାନ ତାଙ୍କରି ପ୍ରଦର୍ଶିତ ମାର୍ଗରେ ଆଜି ଶ୍ରୀଯୁକ୍ତ ନବୀନ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ନେତୃତ୍ୱରେ ଜନସାଧାରଣ ଆପଣମାନେ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରବାସୀ ଓଡ଼ିଆମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଅଂଶୀଦାରୀ ନେଇ ତାର ସେଇ ଉତ୍ତୁଙ୍ଗ ବିକାଶ ହେଉ ଇତିହାସର ସେଇ ପୁନରାବୃତ୍ତି ଆମ ଅଭିବୃଦ୍ଧିର ଧାରା ସ୍ୱର୍ଣ୍ଣାଭ ହେଉ ଏତିକି ଆଜି ତାଙ୍କ ଶତବାର୍ଷିକୀ ଉତ୍ସବରେ କାମନା କରିବେ ଏବଂ ପୁଣି ଥରେ ଅନେକ ଅନେକ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ବନ୍ଦେ ଉତ୍କଳ ଜନନୀ
ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଦେବୀ ବାବୁ ଏହାପରେ ମୁଁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି ଶ୍ରୀ ବେଦ ପ୍ରକାଶ ଅଗ୍ରୱାଲ ମହୋଦୟଙ୍କୁ ସେ ଆମର ବିଧାୟକ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ପୂର୍ବତନ ମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବିଶେଷ କରି ଆମେ ସ୍ୱାଗତ କରୁଛୁ କାରଣ ସେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ବିଜୁ ସେଣ୍ଟିନାରୀ କମିଟି ଯେଉଁ ପାଳନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ କି ମାନ୍ୟବର ମୁଖ୍ୟମନ୍ତ୍ରୀ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରିଥିଲେ ତାର ସେ ହେଉଛନ୍ତି ଅଧ୍ୟକ୍ଷ ବେଦ ପ୍ରକାଶ ମହୋଦୟ।
महामहिम उपराष्ट्रपति सम्मानीय आंसारी जी आजिर सभापति ओडिशार वरेण्य नेता आमर प्रिय मुख्यमंत्री श्रीयुक्त नवीन पट्टनायक जी मुख्य वक्ता श्रीयुक्त जस्टिस अनंग पट्टनायक जी मो सामनारे एवं मंच उपर बसी सबु बिजु प्रेमी बंधुगण विशेषकर प्रवासी ओडिया युव समाज भाई भौणी माने बिजु पट्टनायक सांगे 35 वर्षर आलोचना करने समय नहीं मु केवल एति कहबी आपण मान जे आमे आज ये समस्ते एकाठी होइचे बिजु पट्टनायक से जो अमर बाणी ताकू स्मरण करने कौन कही बिजु पट्टनायक कौन तांको मनर व्यथा थिला तांकर मनर व्यथा थिला जे ओडिशा राज्य खनिज संपद रे भरपूर जल संपद शतकड़ा 11 भाग समुद्र बेलाभूमि 480 किलोमीटर किंतु तार आदिवासी गरीब कहीं यही कथा तांको मन को आंदोलित करुला से सब बेले चाहूले कलिंगर से अतीतर इतिहास समस्त को मन पकईवा कौन था कलिंगर इतिहास था कलिंग सेना दुर्धर्ष सेना थिला गंगारू गोदावरी पर्यंत साम्राज्य व्यापी थे मन थिला जे कलिंगर सेना से दुर्धर्ष थे कलिंगर पाइक पुओ माने से समुद्र 7 समुद्र पार करी धन संपद बही आणुले तेणु से बिजु पट्टनायक से जो कथा मनर कथा से जो तांकर जे ओडिया जाति केमिति आगु को बढ़ू ओडिया जाति केमिति आगु को चलू तांकर से जो अधूरा स्वप्न से अधूरा स्वप्न को साकार करने मान्य मुख्यमंत्री चेष्टा करुचंती मु कहिबी से तो बहुत काम करुचंती किंतु ता सत्वे मध्य जोपरी भावरे आमे बाधा प्राप्त होचु आमे जेते ओडिया एकाठी अछु आमे 4.5 कोटी ओडिया एठी मध्य दिल्ली प्रदेश रे जो ओडिया भाई माने अछंती समस्त साहाय्य सहयोग निवेदन कामना करुच्ची जोपरी भावरे आपण माने एठी आसी उपस्थित होइचंती समस्ते आज आसी मिलिकिना गोटे स्वर रे गोटे कथा करिबा चलंतु भाई मिलिमिशिकिना आम ओडिया जाति की आगु को नवा आमे समग्र भारत वर्ष रे कहीं समग्र एशिया भूखंड रे ओडिशा प्रदेश 1 नंबर राज्य हो यही कथा करिया आमको ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ସ୍ୱର୍ଗତ ବିଜୁ ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକ ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କର ଆତ୍ମା ଅମର ହୁଏ।
ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ପ୍ରକାଶ ବାବୁ। ଏହାପରେ ମୁଁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି ଆଜିର ଏହି ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାର ମୁଖ୍ୟ ବକ୍ତା ଫର୍ମର ଜଷ୍ଟିସ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦି ସୁପ୍ରିମ କୋର୍ଟ ଶ୍ରୀ ଅନଙ୍ଗ କୁମାର ପଟ୍ଟନାୟକଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି ଅନଙ୍ଗ ବାବୁ ତାଙ୍କର ଉଦ୍ବୋଧନ ଦେବେ।
Honorable the Vice President of India, Mr. Hamid Ansari, Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Mr. Naveen Patnaik, all other dignitaries present, both on the dais and off the dais, my brothers and sisters, Odisha, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. I am indeed very thankful to the Biju Patnaik Birth Centenary Celebration Committee, its convener, Mr. Satpathy, and all of the members of the committee, and the Odia Associations of Delhi and the National Capital Region to have given me this opportunity to speak to you on this occasion. Presumably, this opportunity has been given to me because I was associated with Biju as his lawyer for long 20 years, from 1974 to 1994, when I was elevated to the bench. Within the limited time available to me today, I will highlight 3 qualities of Biju, which I noticed during my close association with him as his lawyer. The first quality, a great quality of Biju was his immense love for the state of Odisha. You've heard many speakers already speaking to you about how intensely he loved Odisha. But let me tell you from my own experience and questions. When I took up his cases in 1974, I found that he had established a large number of industries. To name a few, Kalinga Tubes Limited, Kalinga Industries, Kalinga Svenska. He had also gone into mining, B. Patnaik Mines Private Limited. He had established, as you all know, the Kalinga Airlines, which was very efficient in its operation. But all this has started in 1950s. In the 1960s, he lost interest in all this business. The businesses were closed, some went to liquidation. And during my career from 1974 to 1994, I was defending him and his family members in all these cases which are pending in the court on account of the close of the business. I used to wonder why such a successful businessman should suddenly lose interest in his business and take to politics. In 1961, when he came to power for the first time as Chief Minister, he delivered a speech which I read much later from the Khanna Commission report. And in his speech he said, he addressed this speech to all the officers of the state administration as soon as he assumed power. He said, be loyal not to me, be loyal not to my party, be loyal not to my government, but be loyal entirely to the destinies of the state of Odisha. Then I understood that Biju's first love was not business or wealth or money. His first love was the state of Odisha. The next quality in Biju which I noticed during my close association was the extraordinary compassion for the poor and the courage he mustered all the time to speak for the poor. And this I noticed in a speech that he delivered when he was the chief minister the second time in 1990s on a public platform. He was very concerned as to why so much of money was being spent on high court judges in their salaries, in their expenses, in their establishment. In a poor country like India, where there are so many people who required funds to just survive. And in his humor, he said, high court judges are like white elephants of Siam, which were very difficult to maintain. And I wonder as to why, in a democracy like India, where there are so many poor people, so much of money should be spent on high court judges. The local newspapers promptly reported this speech of Mr. Biju Patnaik from the public platform, and the High Court issued notices to him to show cause as to why contempt proceedings will not be initiated against him. Mr. Biju Patnaik sent the notice to me and said, please defend me. And my defense before the High Court was that this statement I gave as a citizen of India in a democracy who is entitled to speak with freedom even against the most expensive system of justice delivery. The High Court listened to me. They wanted to safeguard the freedom of speech and expression and drop the contempt proceedings. The point I am making is, in this he was prepared to speak out that the expenses should be more, the public treasury should devote itself more to the poor than to maintaining high court judgment. But what risk? At the risk of contempt. This was Mr. Biju Patnaik. The third quality which I noticed in Biju Babu was that he was a natural leader. And as a leader, he was prepared to stand by his followers and stand by his subordinates and take responsibility for his decision, come what may. The example was, when he was the chief minister in 1990, he took a decision on behalf of the government to renew the leases, mining leases of Tatas, with the condition that Tatas will purchase the Bamlipal project of Charge Chrome from the mining corporation. That decision of Biju was challenged in the court in a PIL, public interest litigation. And I was asked to defend Biju because he was impeded also personally because of allegations of malafide. The only instruction Biju gave me is, you may write whatever you want in your affidavit, but please do say that decision is mine and mine alone, and the officers of the mining corporation and the state government cannot be made to blame on this account. I wrote down his affidavit, incorporated one paragraph on this about what Mr. Biju Patnaik felt, that the decision of his own, and the mining officers, mining corporation officers and the state government officers are not to be blamed. That paragraph was quoted by the High Court in the judgment, and the High Court ultimately dismissed that public interest litigation. So, my brothers and sisters of Odisha, I end with these words that Biju Babu was a man who loved the state of Odisha, who had compassion for the poor and had the courage to speak out for them and work for them, and who was a natural leader, ever willing to stand by his followers and also his subordinates in administration. Thank you all.
या पर टिके व्यतिक्रम अछि हमर दुईटी बही उन्मोचन हब एबे बिजू बाबू एज लेजिस्लेटर बाय श्री रमाकांत दास द्वितीयटी होची ए विजनरी लीडर ऑफ द सेंचुरी पब्लिश्ड बाय ओडिशा लाइव तार एडिटर होचंती नीलांबर रथ मु उभय रमाकांत दास एवं नीलांबर रथ को कहबी स्टेज ऊपर को आसीबे माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति द ऑनरेबल वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया Shri Hamid Ansari Mohoday will inaugurate the book Biju Babu as legislator. Prathamata, first one, Biju Babu as legislator. यापर मु अनुरोध करी ए विजनरी लीडर ऑफ दिस सेंचुरी नीलांबर रथ महोदय यही बही को उन्मोचन करेंगे आमर प्रिय मान्यवर मुख्यमंत्री श्री नवीन पट्टनायक महोदय। यापर मु अनुरोध करी आम समस्तंकर प्रिय ओडिशार जनमानसर जे सबुकिछि आज कहबाकू गले तांकर हार्ट बीट मान्यवर मुख्यमंत्री से माटीर नेता से लोकंकर नेता श्री नवीन पट्टनायक महोदय को सी तांकर उद्बोधन देबे।
Honorable Vice President of India, Dr. Hamid Ansari, Honorable Justice Shri A.K. Patnaik, Honorable Ministers of Odisha, Honorable Members of Parliament and Odisha Legislative Assembly, organizers of the event, and ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be here today in the national capital to attend the birth centenary celebrations of the legendary statesman and visionary Shri Biju Patnaik. I am glad that the Honorable Vice President Dr. Hamid Ansari agreed to grace this occasion as chief guest. I welcome him to the centenary celebration function. Biju Babu was one of the most celebrated leader of his time. He was an idol, a cherished icon for the people of Odisha. Starting his career as a pilot, he took part in the freedom movement, succeeded as an entrepreneur, then left everything to serve the people of Odisha. His only ambition was to take Odisha forward on the path of progress and modernization. He was deeply concerned about the livelihood of the people. The early wave of industrialization in Odisha was his contribution. World-class institutes of science and technology were set up during his time. He believed in modern education and prosperous agriculture to bring about equitable growth and prosperity. The plight of his people moved him deeply. The despair of an elderly woman made him enhance the minimum daily wages by more than 100%. Women's empowerment was another ideal he strived for. 1/3 reservation for women in Panchayati Raj institutions was implemented in his time. His ability to take quick decisions and his total connect with the people made him stand out amongst the leaders of his generation. In his untiring efforts and vision that aspired us to work hard to continue to build a modern and prosperous Odisha. Today, Odisha's growth rate is higher than the national average. Odisha is known for facing frequent natural disasters, but has now set global standards in the management of natural disasters. The United Nations recognized us for successful handling of the cyclone Phylon. In agriculture, we have emerged as one of the highest paddy producing states in the country. We are the only state that has doubled farmers' incomes in the last decade. The Odisha Skill Development Mission aims to increase employment opportunities for our youth by providing them with world-class training and interface with the market. We have already built more than 11 lakh Pakka houses in the last 2 years, thereby giving housing security to our rural areas. We aim to convert 15 lakh Kutch houses to Pakka houses in the next 3 years. As you know, Bhubaneswar has been ranked as #1 smart city in the country. We are in the process of making a vision document 2036, the centenary year of the formation of Odisha. The focus will be growth with social equity, which is the cornerstone of our governance. The vision is in keeping with the dreams of our beloved leader, Biju Babu. He often said, to be born poor is not a crime, but to remain so is certainly so. Biju Babu is not only our inspiration, he is an idea of continuity. He symbolizes for us Odia self-esteem, empowerment and progress. We must continue to think big and follow our dreams with conviction. I thank the organizers in New Delhi for hosting this event. I once again thank the Honorable Vice President for gracing this occasion as chief guest. Buapan Mananku Samastanku बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
नवीन पटनायक जिंदाबाद.
जिंदाबाद. आजिरे सुंदर कार्यक्रम पाए. धन्यवाद. बंदे उत्कल जननी.
नवीन पटनायक जिंदाबाद.
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद.
नवीन पटनायक जिंदाबाद.
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद.
नवीन पटनायक जिंदाबाद.
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद.
ମୁଁ ଏପରେ ଅନୁରୋଧ କରିବି ଭାରତର ଉପରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରପତି ହିଜ୍ ଏକ୍ସେଲେନ୍ସି ଦ ଭାଇସ୍ ପ୍ରେସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଶ୍ରୀ ହମିଦ ଅନସାରୀ ମହୋଦୟଙ୍କୁ ସେ ତାଙ୍କର ଭାଷଣ ଦେବେ. ଦି ଅନରେବଲ୍ ହିଜ୍ ଏକ୍ସେଲେନ୍ସି ଦି ଭାଇସ୍ ପ୍ରେସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ.
Honorable Vice President, welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Honorable Vice President, welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Honorable Vice President of India, welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik ji, Mr. Justice Patnaik, Devi Prasad Mishra, Srimati Usha Devi, Shri Satpathy, Shri Prakash Agarwal, citizens of India from the state of Odisha, ladies and gentlemen, there was a generation of leaders who played a role across national borders in the service of good causes. Biju Babu was one such leader. He had been honored with the highest civilian award of the Indonesian government for support to their independence struggle. He was also honored by the government of the Soviet Union for fighting against fascist forces. His international profile was such that in a rare but rare occurrence, The national flags of three nations, India, Indonesia, and the USSR, were draped on his body at his funeral. Biju Babu was not just a political leader. He was also an aeronautical engineer, an Air Force pilot, an entrepreneur, a man of unimpeachable integrity, and a freedom fighter. He was a true nationalist, and still the interests of his beloved Odisha always were close to his heart. During his formative years, he was impressed by the nationalist writings of Madhusudan Das and Gopabdu Das. He was also deeply influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. As a student, he loved sports and adventure. His daring was evident as he actively joined the Quit India movement in 1942 and collaborated with the underground leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan, Aruna Asif Ali, and Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, even while in British service. He was eventually caught and imprisoned by the British government for 3 years. During his stay in prison, he came close to Jawaharlal Nehru. Panditji called him India's buccaneer, and Biju Patnaik was deeply impressed by Nehru's commitment to democratic ideals and his vision for a new progressive India. An understanding developed between the two that was to shape the future events not only in India but in other countries as well. The service he rendered to the nation at the call of Pandit Nehru in flying a daring sortie to Java to extract the Indonesian Prime Minister Sajid, defying the Dutch embargo, is now legendary. Biju Babu was a firm believer in democracy and was a socialist at heart. He was a popular leader, serving 7 terms in the Odisha Legislative Assembly and 3 terms in the Lok Sabha. He was twice elected the Chief Minister of Odisha. His great contribution to the country's democracy was the role he played tenaciously and repeatedly in Odisha and at the national level for forging opposition unity through times of factional politics. Biju Babu shared Jawaharlal Nehru's vision of an India steeped in scientific temper and saw technology as the key to solve India's myriad problems. This vision led to the establishment of the Kalinga Foundation to popularize science and the prestigious Kalinga Award given by UNESCO every year. He strongly believed in socialism and federalism. He felt that unless the constituent states progress on equitable basis, India could not become strong. He had a vision for the growth and development of his beloved Odisha. He believed that the backbone of the country was a strong peasantry and wanted the modernization of agriculture. At the same time, natural entrepreneur in him and the founder of Kalinga Airlines and Odisha textile mills as he was, he wanted the agrarian feudalism to be dismantled and industrial revolution to take place. The Pradeep port, the industrial belt of Chaudwar Barbil, the highway bridge over Mahanadi, the airport at Bhubaneswar, the MIG factory at Sunabeda, the NTPC power plant at Talcher, and the Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology were all the result of his vision. He was also a champion of building social capital as pivotal to bringing about social change. I join you all, ladies and gentlemen, as we pay respect to a great leader, a hero to his people, a visionary, an ideologist who inspired adventurous ideas. He lives on not only in the memories of the people whom he had met, but people who have heard of him and read about him. His legacy continues to inspire us. Jai Hind.
यापर मु अनुरोध करी उषा देवी मैडम सी धन्यवाद अर्पण करेंगे।
आज ये जो प्रभात पुरुष बिजू पट्टनायक बर्थ सेंटेनरी सेलिब्रेशंस रे एठे जोग दबार ऑनरेबल द वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया ओडिशा रो मान्यवर प्रिय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय, जस्टिस महोदय, समस्त मंत्री महोदय, सांसद महोदय, विधायक विधायिका महोदय एवं ओडिशा रो समस्त भाई भौणी माने आउ ए सक्सेसफुल उत्सवर जो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स माने ओडिशा रो प्रवासी ओडिशा को समस्त को मु आम ओडिशा सरकार तरफ एवं आम समस्त तरफ अशेष धन्यवाद दौची। वंदे उत्कल।
जय जगन्नाथ, वंदे उत्कल जननी।